Ow! Welcome back to Plant Power Barefoot Brett. No, I'm not barefoot. It's cold. There's my girl. We had a windstorm last night. We have no power. So I'm hoping that the power comes back because I've got day 3 of my class today. The Secrets to Scaling with Dean Graziosi. And I'm having the best time in the class. So I'm hoping the power comes back on. But this wouldn't be the first time that it's happened that I haven't been able to tune in again. But we're praying this time. So yesterday we were talking about inner child, so I want to stick with that. Your first 7 years of your life, that's where you learn your conditioned responses. And these are the things that you will naturally do when you react to something, that's happening. And so they're called responses, but they're actually reactions. And what you need to learn to do is how to respond as opposed to react, which takes practice. You have to, instead of just when some stimulus gets you fired up, you have to take a second, take a deep breath, and then respond, as opposed to reacting in that instant when it happens. Because like I said, in the first 7 years of our life, this is where we learn these conditioned responses. Conditioned reactions really is what they are. But you can turn them into conditioned responses, but it takes, again, it's a practice. So you have to take time and work on yourself. I still see it, for example, in my mom. She's 80, she'll be 82 November 1st. And she still, when she gets triggered, she goes back to when she was 5. Because she's never dealt with that. So she still goes back there right away, immediately. And she always has the same reactions. It's always reactions, and it's always anger, and it's always frustration, and it's always lashing out. There's never any calmness, or there's never any thought process. It's always just ah, and that's the difference. When you take time to make it into a conditioned response from a conditioned reaction, when something happens and you get triggered, instead of just blah going at it, you go, take a deep breath, count to 10 if necessary. It's a good practice. And then reevaluate, and then you respond. And it doesn't have to be blurted out. It doesn't have to be angry. It doesn't have to have a tonality of fear-based tonality. It can be an actual response, like, okay, yeah, so I see your point. I see where you're coming from, and I get that. But this is the way I like to look at it. This is the way how I think of things. So it's much better to do it that way. But it's a practice. It's something that you have to learn. Buen dia. And it takes time, because we've all been conditioned to react. And when you react, it just escalates the problem. It never solves anything. It makes it worse, because then the other person goes into reaction, and then that's called fighting. And fighting never solves anything, never has. So when you take time and you go back in your mind to when you first learned these conditioned reactions, and you talk to yourself, your inner child, and you give yourself a big hug, and you say, you know what, it's okay. We got this now. We've evolved, we've changed, we've grown, and things are better. So again, I only have 5 minutes here on Facebook, so but I'll do some more about the inner child. So if you like what I'm doing, please like this video. Sharing is caring, and you know I love comments. Wild Heart, you warm my heart with your subscriptions. I hope you have an amazing day. Give your inner child some hugs. give your dog some hugs, and get into nature. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Ah, woo!